Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Bri Chronicles. My name is Bri Peters, and I am a family nurse practitioner in the Central Texas area and also a proud owner of a med spa called A. O'Mara Chanel Med Spa. Well, y'all, welcome. Come on in, take a seat, and let's get this tea. So, this podcast is geared towards people who want to get into the healthcare field, teen moms trying to figure out what to do with tomorrow. It also is for nurses who want to elevate their careers and even that young high school student that's trying to get into nursing school. On this episode, we're going to talk about business ownership and also entrepreneurship. Like I said earlier, I am the proud owner of A. O'Mara Chanel Med Spa. We just had our grand opening. Woo, what a whirlwind that was. But it has not always been that easy, that simple. This idea actually came along 6 years ago. It wasn't something that I just thought of yesterday and said, hey, let me do this. Let me open up a med spa. As you guys know, when you are starting a business, it actually takes steps to get that business. The very first step is an idea. What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? Who's going to be on my team? Who's going to support? Am I going to need money to finance this business? Is this business going to be able to be around in the next year, let alone the next 5 to 10 years? So you have to make sure that whatever idea it is feasible. So learn your market in your area. Go around and look for things that you know that you, number one, able to make money from. Number two, that you enjoy doing. Because remember, when you enjoy doing something, it is no longer a job, honey. It is a hobby. It is a habit. It is something you love. So, how did I decide to do A. O'Mara Chanel Med Spa? So, as you guys know, I went to New York for COVID. So, you're probably thinking, like, what does COVID got anything to do with her opening up a med spa? Well, it has a lot to do with it. As I'm working, one of the male nurses, he comes to me and he says, you know what, Brian? You are always looking amazing. Me? Not the girl that's been called ugly my whole life. Not the dark skinned girl. Me, always looking amazing. But okay, I'll take it. I'll take it because even though I kind of, what? The confidence was still there, baby. It was still there. So he said, you know what? I think you should get into aesthetics. Let me tell you about aesthetics. So he goes on and he's telling me about how much, he pays to get it done and how awesome it makes him feel. And he loves going to, especially the pretty women, to get it done because it makes him feel confident that he's going to look amazing when he finishes. So once again, I'm shocked. I'm like, me and aesthetics? Well, I know I wanted to open up a IV hydration clinic. That I did know I wanted to do. I wanted to do concierge services where you actually go to your patient's house and perform the services at the house. That I knew I wanted to do. I had that idea working at a skilled facility. Before I became a DON, I had that idea. But I put it on the back burner. Went to New York. It came up again. I said, you know what? This is the second time this has came my way. Okay. His name was O. I said, all right, O, I'll think about it. But in the back of my mind, I was like, it's either going to be the IV hydration or I'm going to do me a clothing boutique. And I'm going to name it after my daughter and my granddaughter. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. That way, people will know their names. Because when I named my Tina Boo O'Mara, I always told Tina, baby, that O'Mara part is the fancy part of your name. So when you say your name, it's Quintina O'Mara Simmons. I said, baby, you fancy, huh? I'm going to have it where your confidence always on 10. I don't want you to go through what I went through as a little girl. So I knew I was going to do that. I was going to use their names. Tina was okay with it. Royalty at that time, she had just been born. She know. But trust me, if you know Royalty, you know, she's okay with it. She is okay with it, honey. That baby got more sauce and more sass than me, baby. When we both walk in the room is not on fire, baby. It's steaming because you got little Brienne and big Brienne, and the two of us, I go on and on about her. But that's the daughter of my 25-year-old. That's the daughter of the baby when I was a teen mom homeless in the car with. Yeah, she gonna be my best friend. She just don't know it yet. You know, she just don't know it yet. Because me and Tina, we best friends. But back to the story. I said, y'all know I can go on for days. Then I decided, he may be on to something. So I go to Houston. I meet this young lady, and she's African American, and she has a team working for her, and she's in a suite. And she tells me, I can train you on how to do aesthetics. I'm like, here this is again. Like, this has to be a sign for me to do aesthetics. It has to be. She was beautiful, gorgeous. So she's telling me about, skincare and things like that. And at that time, baby, I knew I was fancy. I was living by the Galleria in Houston, working as a travel nurse. So if you catch my drift, I went from New York to Waco as a travel nurse to Houston, Texas. Yeah, I was in Houston for a long time. Worked with 2 different hospital systems, Houston Methodist and Herman Memorial. But at the same time, of course, I had me time. So yeah, I went and I spoke with this young lady, and she was going to train me in everything. And she said, look, let me tell you something. I'm here at this location. Across the street is another young lady, and 3 blocks down is another company. She said, there is so much money in aesthetics that we don't even step on each other's toes. So, of course, my antennas went up. But however, I said, no, not right now. I don't want to do that. I actually want to get my feet wet as an MP, do my MP job. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work for the soldiers. Yep, I'm going to work for soldiers. And let's fast forward to 2024. Sitting here and I'm thinking, and my good friend Jenny, she is a high school teacher. She does health science. This young lady is going to school for psychology. And we both were LVNs together. We both did the DON role. And she decided that she wanted to do Botox. I'm like, okay, Bri, if this young lady can do it, you're well done. You're baked. You're burnt. It's time to do it. So I reached out to Jenny and I said, hey, I'm ready. How do I get information on this? So I don't think Jenny took me serious. She sends me a link and says, no, you need to do this instead. You need to do GFEs, which are good faith exams. That's what the nurse practitioners do. I'm like, no, I want to do, the injections. I want to make people look pretty. I feel like it's my new calling to make people look and feel pretty. Because remember, my first calling was making people well, making people come in feeling bad and leave with a smile. That was my first call. So I'm like, no. I really feel like I want to start, doing aesthetics. So as I'm talking to her, Bri's doing her research. And she sends me the information, but I had already found another company. I had already paid my money. And I was like, I'm going to take this class because I have did the market research. You get it? That's how this all ties in. The market research is, will I be able to make money with this business? Will I be profitable? Will I actually have patients or clients? Well, guess what? So many people are already telling me to do it. And when I talked to that other young lady in Houston, she was like, I'm right here. That person's across the street. There's enough money out here for everybody. Okay. So then that let me know that, okay, I've done that part. What do I do now? What do I do now? So, of course, I already had my name. Remember, I was going to do the IV hydration. So while in Houston, I had submitted my LLC back in 2021. AO Mary Chanel, Med Spa, and IV Hydration. But it was just sitting there. So when I saw Jenny, it pulled the trigger again. And I said, you know what? Not only do I want to do IV hydration, because I did take an IV hydration class, I want to do Botox now. So when did the Botox class, did the fillers, then there that GFE thing goes up, happen again. So I said, oh, let me contact the owner about doing GFEs. So AO Mary Chanel contracts out to different injector companies to do GFEs, which is good faith exams. So what is a good faith exam? A good faith exam is me approving people to do Botox, fillers, weight loss, IV hydration. I approve your estheticians to give them the okay for you to be able to do that. So that's another way that I was able to make money with my med spa. So then I take my son to go and get a haircut. Now, if you're actually paying attention, it's pulling the community in. Because remember, I said this was a high school teacher that was doing the injectables, right? So now we're going over to a hairstylist / makeup artist. She was in this nice suite. I said, oh my God, this place is amazing. She's like, let me give you a tour. Come on, girl, give me a tour. We go through the rooms and she says, I already know which one you're going to pick because I already know how you are. Well, which one? You're going to pick the pink room. I said, you're right. I like this room a lot. So boom, we had basically a brick and mortar. We had a place to call home. I was doing concierge services, doing the wound care and the post-op for AO Mary Chanel, but I didn't have a building. I didn't have that home feeling. So talking to the business owner, remember reaching out to the community, she offered me a total of 3 more suites. So now AO Mary has, let me see how I can say, expanded within our building, but we have 4 suites. So we have a clinic for Botox and fillers and weight loss. We have another clinic for body contouring. And we have another clinic room for hydrocolonic therapy, basically a colon cleanse. And then we have our office. Entrepreneurship, no matter where you are, no matter if you're just an average person, if you are a person that didn't finish school, if you are a person that went to school for business, anybody can do entrepreneurship. You just got to get that idea, do your research on the market, make sure that you're able to make a profit from a business. So let's talk about your business opportunities. You want to get that idea, write up your business plan, research the market, research the pros and the cons of you starting this business. You want to also make sure that you're able to fund it. Fund, F-U-N-D. It will be fun if you win once everything is done, but you need to make sure you have the funding and make sure that the funding is realistic. When I got into my building, woo, baby, having to remodel, buy furniture, I had forgot about all that. The time that it was going to take to get it done. I'm like, I want it now. You know that commercial, JD Westwork, however you say it, JD Westwork. I wanted it done right then and there. And I couldn't get it done. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. Do I need to hire more people? But think about it. You hire more people, that's more money going out the door. Well, I could do it myself. Yeah, you could do it yourself, but that don't mean it's going to be done right. No matter how many YouTube classes you watch. So it's always good to make sure you get that available funding that you're able to get for your business. So if you know that you're going to start a business, start with getting a bank account, building those, what's the word, relationships. with banks, especially credit unions. Build those relationships with credit unions because they will be the ones to fund you first. Apply for those business credit cards. I'm not saying run up a bag, but use it for what you need to get the supplies to make your business be marketable. Guess what? You're going to have to get you a team unless you're doing cupcakes by yourself. But guess what? When that cupcake business blow up, you're going to need a team. Even if you got a lemonade stand, when that lemonade stand blow up, you're going to need a team. You've got to be able to get people that you can trust, people that you know that no matter what, they're going to have your back, your front, your side. Let me tell you something. I got a team. I sure do. I got my sister who I call the loan shark. Her name is Isis. She's the owner of Body by Isis. We partnered, right? When there is something that I don't want Nurse Bri to get out of character for, because remember, I'm the one that's supposed to be the confidently glowing, smiling at all times. I'm teaching people how to keep themselves in that bubble. I'm trying to teach you how to smile. But when I need something to get nitty and to get gritty and to get done, I send her. So she's the one that got the wording, but people will understand it instead of them hearing it from me. I haven't got that down pat. Remember, I told y'all I'm working on it. Now, this young lady, the sky can be blue, crystal blue, sapphire blue. This young lady will sit there and tell you it is red and you will believe her. Have y'all ever seen, no, I'm not going to give y'all that reference, Harlem Night, like sunshine. That's how this girl is. She will turn everything into sunshine, honey. And then they say, she just talk different than you. That's why I send her. Because people are more receptive to what she has to say and she gets the job done. Then I have my other partner who does the hydrocolonic. Her name is Nicole. Now, this young lady is the one that keeps me calm. She keeps me sane. And it's kind of crazy because she's a Taurus too. I don't even know how that even works. Even my producer is a Taurus, but we get along just fine. But my sister's she's a Leo, and we kind of clash of the Titans sometimes. But like I said, she is my loan shark. She goes and she collects the money. She's the one that does the wheeling and the dealing. You need a team. You cannot do everything by yourself. And besides, who's going to help you market it? Who's going to help you put your name out there? Right now, for me, 3 heads is better than 1. 6 eyes are better than 2. So I love my team. The other thing that you need is to make sure you get your name out there. I had already started on that. Get your social media platforms in place. Make sure that you have someone over your social media platforms. Who cares if you have your website up if nobody's going and checking it? Nobody's answering those messages. Who cares that you have your Facebook up if nobody is posting what's going on? No one is actually responding to the comments that you have on there. You have to be interactive with your community to let you know, hey, I'm here and I'm here to stay. I will not be here for no year. I will be here until I get ready to leave, which will probably be about 10 to 20. Ooh, that sounds like jail time. But anyways, 10 to 20. I'm not going anywhere. But that's what you want to make sure they know your presence. You want to have those attention-catching ads, those attention-catching reels. I learned that reels have worked the best for me in marketing, getting my Nurse Bri Chronicles podcast out there, getting my business out there, and get you a mentor. How did I forget that? Get you a business mentor. Baby, I have 2. I was greedy. I got 2 business mentors. And I bounced ideas off of both of them. This fabulous just didn't appear today. No. It took a lot of training, a lot of coaching to get me to where I am today. All the way from the little scared girl sleeping in the car, having a mentor, which was a counselor at the school, to me becoming a nurse, an LVN school, having my teacher tell me, you can't be like that. It's kind, sweet, and loving. Who knows about kind, sweet, and loving? I do now, but I didn't then. than actually having someone take you under their arm and truly care about you, support you, tell you when you're right and wrong. You need to have that mentor that is going to check everything that you do and say, hey, I don't think you should do that. That's not a good idea. You need to hold off on that. You're doing too much right now. It's going to fail. Yes, most of us are super women and super men. But let me tell you, a business that started too quick will fail epically. And even being Superman and Superwoman and even being Wonder Woman, you can't catch that business from falling with that lasso. You got to have that structure. You got to have that foundation. You got to make sure you do your research, have that team. And I'm going to keep stressing these things over and over like a tape recorder. And when you get ready to put your business out there and have your grand opening, make sure that you are prepared and you are ready. Because if you are what the community needs, they are going to book appointments that day. They want to come in. They want to take pictures. They're going to put you all over social media. And guess what? It's going to start flooding. People are going to start coming. You have to be prepared for the community. If you're not ready to do that, then this is not the good time to start a business. And remember, all setbacks are just set up for major comebacks. Just because you fail one time does not mean that you just say, okay, my business has fallen and I'm done. Well, go back and evaluate what you did. It could have been something as simple as she did a grand opening on a Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. Most people I know, they work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. How would you expect people to actually show up? So just know when you do things and you do specials, don't do a special on, let me give a date, on June 20th, and you know payday was on the 15th and payday's on the 1st, and you expect people to have money. It's not going to work like that. You got to know your market. You got to know your community. Don't go selling something that you know in Austin, Texas, you can get $200 for, but you in a little small town like Gatesville or Nolanville and expecting people to pay that same $200. It's not going to happen. You got to learn your market. You got to learn your community. And just because you have a town like Austin, Houston, or Dallas, or New York, and you know they love luxury items, that don't mean that your community want a luxury item. They may want something handmade. Know your community. Know your market. So here are some tips on starting and planning your new business and helping you gain your way to entrepreneurship. Like I said earlier, everybody need a mentor, right? I'm that girl. So your big sis in healthcare is also going to be your big sis in helping you get that entrepreneurship. Okay? The first thing that you want to do is research your community. Research the pros and cons for your idea. Remember that idea that we thought about? Research it. Are you going to be profitable for it? The next thing you want to do is go and look in the community at your competition. Who is your competition? Is it somebody that you think you can compete with? Or is there really competition? Because sometimes we just put it in our minds. Well, I don't want to do it because it's too oversaturated. It's too many people doing it. Who cares? Remember, they don't know the same people you know. They don't know this. They don't have the same outreach that you have. So already right there, you don't kill the idea. But still, research your competition. Get you the funding you need. After you make that business plan, take that business plan to your local credit union or bank and give them that pitch and get that money to help with your funding. Because it'll start out being easy, but trust me, you're going to need some help. You're going to need that funding and stick to your budget. You may have an amazing idea, but do not sign any contracts right out the gate. A lot of entrepreneurs do that. Well, oh, they like it. They like it. They want me to do this, and they want me to sign this, and they want me to sign that. Then they go and read it later. And they realize, oh God, they got rights to all my ideas, all the things that I want to do. I can't even compete with these people for 2-3 years. But if you would have read that contract, you would have known better. Do not sign any contracts with anybody within the first year unless it's your credit union and they're going to give you some money for it. Trust me, if somebody's offering you a contract, that means you got a damn good idea. Not a good idea. Who pays for boo-boo ideas? I mean, just think about it. And gain your experience. Take that class, whether if it's online, hands-on. Do your research about what you're doing, meaning read those books. Get knowledgeable about the skill that you want to do, regardless if it's baking cupcakes, making lemonade, doing IV hydration, doing Botox, consulting. Learn your trade, because I love going to people that know what they're talking about. I even tell you at the end, thank you, boo, for the education. Enlighten me when I come see you. And then pull the trigger. Get started. Remember, the shots are not taken have already been lost. Don't forget that. And also afterwards, we have a segment of A. O'Mara Chanel and Body by Isis grand opening. Remember, I told you that I partnered with my loan shark, my little sister. So at the end of this, make sure that you guys stay tuned. I know that normally the podcast runs about 30 minutes, but it's going to go a little bit over, but you're going to love every moment of it. And it gives you a walkthrough and a tour of our facility, of our suites, of our new home. So I'm welcoming you into our homes, okay? And you can catch us at 331 Indian Trail in Harker Heights, Texas, Monday through Friday. And also on the website at www.aomarachanelmedspa.com. So that's where your bookings are going to be and all that. Come on now, get with your girl. And don't forget to follow me at Bri Chronicles and check out my website at www.nursebrichronicles.com. All right. See y'all next week, y'all. Bye.
Hey guys, this is Tony Ringgold, still here, and I am at the beautiful Synergy Village, where we are coming in to see my wonderful client friend. She is amazing. She's also the host of Nurse Bri Chronicles, but today we are here at her grand opening, Aomarah Chanel Spa. It's a med spa. So come on in. This is 331 Indian Trail right here in Harker Heights, Texas. Welcome to Synergy Village. All right. All right. So, grand opening today. And we are heading our way. As you can see, it's really, really pretty in here. It smells good too, y'all. And there are all different types of businesses here, but she actually has 3 suites, and I think it's going to be a 4th suite coming up soon. But we're walking in right now at Aomarah Chanel Med Spa, and here she is, Nurse Bri.
Thank you guys for joining me for my grand opening. Again, this is Brianne Peters at Aomarah Chanel Med Spa and IV Hydration. So what kind of services do we do here? We do IV therapy, weight loss education, weight loss injections, B12 when that energy is sluggish, D3 injections, also NAD injections, which include, if you have someone that is complaining of fatigue, memory fog, especially due to COVID. We give those injections as well.
And so you do the semaglutide, the one that everybody is
yes,
like on? Okay.
Tell you, we do semaglutide, Wegovy. Those two basically are the same thing. We do those injections, and we also do Mounjaro.
Awesome.
What the difference between the two? Mounjaro works off of 2 hormones, while semaglutide works off of 1. But they both get the job done.
Awesome. And I know that you also, now that you are a nurse practitioner, but you also have pharmacies and under doctor's care and as well. So everything that you do here is completely safe and legal, correct?
Yes, ma'am. So the pharmacy that we get the medication from, it is backed and checked by 2 different pharmacies. Okay. It's a local pharmacy out of Pflugerville, which is FDA approved. Awesome. And it's also approved through the Drug Administration as well. I do have a delegating physician. Matter of fact, your girl has 2.
I love it.
When I tell you, we will follow you from start to finish. We're not just one of those people to say, here's your injection, go home and deal with it. No. We tell you about the side effects. We tell you about the high risk of everything. And we also tell you about the benefits. And if something goes wrong, we are there to hold your hand every step of the way.
Love it. Okay, well, we want to see the place. So tell me about this room we're in right now.
So this room is where it originally started. This is where it started. So then I was sitting here thinking one day, and I say, man, let me reach out to my sister, because I feel like I am not gonna be here all the time, but she can benefit from this too. And she had just moved from Austin. Okay. So I said, hey, let's partner.
I love it.
Let's partner.
Is she here today?
She's here today. She's here today.
And so I know you have 3 different suites right now. Mm-hmm. So she has one that she works out of, and I love the name. So this is
my sister here.
Isis, we're Body by Isis. Welcome to Body by Isis. Come on in and let me show you around. So here we have the massage table. This is where we do the non-invasive fat reduce. We do lymphatic massages here. We have the cool sculpting machine over there, where we do all of the cool sculpting, body sculpting with all the RV laser lipo. And here we have the sauna right here.
Ooh, okay.
We also have where we do the Brazilian butt lifts and breast lifts as well. So we have that machine right here for the Brazilian.
So it's not the actual surgery, but it's like the contouring that gives. Is that what that means?
Yes, it is not invasive, which means that you don't have any downtime, any pain. You are just literally, you're on the table, you get the service, and you can go right back to work.
I love it. Okay. And so if say somebody wants to come in and they get it done, how do they book? What does that look like? How long does it usually take?
So you can book online. You can multiple ways, honestly. You can go to Facebook at Body by Isis on Facebook, Body by Isis on Instagram, Body by Isis on TikTok.
Okay.
We multiple ways, and also Mary Chanel Med Spa is how we're doing booking as well.
Okay, perfect. So Body by Isis is your company, but y'all are partnered up together. Y'all work together. Is that correct?
Definitely partnered together. It is 2 different entities, but we are partnered together to bring variety of services to everyone. This is your one-stop shop.
I love it. Yes. All right, y'all heard it here first. O'Mara Chanel Med Spa and Isis Body Contouring, one-stop shop for all your health and beauty needs. Y'all make sure y'all stop by 311 Indian Trail right here at Harker Heights, located inside of Synergy Village. Again, make sure you're following Nurse Bri, because she has a podcast that she's shooting at Space Create Interactive Studios that is going off, y'all. Every day I'm getting notifications of more people following her, so don't miss the wave. Make sure you follow her at Nurse Bri Chronicles so you can find out about all of her journey. And I think we're going to even do a little episode about this here too. So all of you medical professionals that are looking to get into business,
make sure you're following this queen right here. My name is Tony Ringgold Steele, and I am here today representing Space Create Interactive Studios, and I am here to support my friend. She is amazing. Make sure you follow her in all of her journey, and you can follow us as well at Space Create Studios. Be blessed, and always remember, there's enough sun in the sky for everyone to do what? Shine.